everybody, and welcome to, I guess you could call this a different kind of video. It's not going to be the same as the normal. This is the Crew 2, and I am terrified that my cam link is going to freeze again. So if I keep looking up there, that's still why I really need to source that problem out. And what we're going to be doing in this video is I'm going to drive from around the area where I live now, as my voice cracks because I've not been talking that much today. I'm going to drive from roughly around the area where I currently live to around the area I used to work. If that makes any sense, I'll probably go a little further south than that. Kinda homeward, if you will. Perfect. So we've recently been playing the Crew 2 a bit. We're trying to get the Hummer, but none of that really matters. We're not going to be doing a whole lot of races. Possibly one if things work out, and I look very washed out today. Jesus Christ. Yeah, possibly a single race or so if anything is interesting along the way. I doubt it. I think this will just be a simple little road trip. I got some things I want to talk about. I don't have anything on my other monitor over there, so I may or may not be very sidetracked. So, with that said, I think we'll take... Yeah, and then I need to pick a vehicle. So we're going to be using a, so we're going to be taking this 2019 Camaro ZL1 from the south side of Chicago all the way down. We want to go through Nashville. No, fuck. Damn you. So we're going to be in this 2019-2018 Camaro ZL1, and we're going to go from the south side of Chicago, roughly just outside of it, all the way down. Let's see, we want to go through Nashville, because Nashville is where I used to work. I used to work a Lyft in Nashville. That's not the kind of waypoint I need. There we go. So there are a few things I want to talk about in this video, and if I'm completely honest, which I want to be throughout this video, I don't entirely know where I want to start. Driving third person makes it a little bit easier with the controller. I'm playing on the Xbox controller. I don't know if it's being picked up by the microphone or not, but if so, that's why. This game has been giving my... Why are you walking in the road? This game's been giving my PlayStation controller issues, and I'm not sure why. I need to test it in a few other games to find out what's going on, but that's not the point of this video. The real point of this video is there's a few things I want to talk about, and I like to do driving games and stuff like this for it. I guess really just to start, content-wise, I don't know what I want to do. completely, right? I know I want to do games, and I eventually want to change it up and try some more things, but for some of the things I'd like to try, they require money, which I just don't really have to try things right now. Like, perhaps, you know, checking out 10 different items of a certain thing, or, you know, the various review type content that's on YouTube, right? I'd like to dabble into that at some point, maybe see how I feel about it, but in order to do that, I'd need a new camera, because this one's a pain to set up because of the way it's set up, and I'll probably show you guys that at some point soon, in like a setup video. Heck, might even be this week, I don't know, it depends on what I get around to doing. And I'm gonna be looking down away from the camera a bit more because I don't want to just completely wreck my car here. To go, and I've not recorded really anything worth it since. Everything I've recorded's been about a total of 6 minutes, and then stopped for one reason or another, either too late, technical difficulties, various other issues. And I do have plans. We'll probably see some more of this game in like proper capacity, but again, not the point of this video. It's just a simple road trip. I don't know what I want to do with content. I've got plenty of games I could play, and I want to play them. It's just I don't feel like I'm up to playing them. And to kind of try and clarify on that, I don't feel like I have a proper personality at the moment for playing certain games. Being able to talk constantly about the game or what I'm doing, or complain, argue, whatever. Just keep talking about the game, talking to myself. It's a personality thing. And I am a firm believer that anything is a skill, and anything can be learned. Any skill can be learned with time and effort. Fake it till you make it, visualize it and make it happen, etc. All those various different metaphors. And I believe in them. I believe that if you try hard enough to learn, any skill can be learned, and if you try hard enough, you can make it happen. Just visualize it and work towards it, and fake it till you make it is definitely a true statement. However, as much as I believe in them, I have trouble adapting them to myself. As I would assume to be apparent by this point with just how I've been and how I continue to act whenever it comes to things. I do believe in the ability to visualize it and make it happen, or fake it till you make it, and there's various different reasons behind that, and I might get into them in another video at some point when my thoughts are clear. Because they're not right now. I'm very scatterbrained. But it's like making these videos is something I want to do, and getting to that ability to be able to just keep myself talking is something I have trouble with. I'm a very self-conscious person, and while I've been able to work through some of that in the past few, months, it's still there, and it's still very abundant, very apparent, and I need to work on it, and it's gonna take time. But then between these videos, I find myself staring into the abyss of my game libraries between Steam and Epic and Ubisoft, Game Pass, everywhere I have games. I find myself staring into them constantly and looking at what I could play with friends, or so on. And I keep coming to the same conclusion of, well, I could do this, but will I be able to make a decent video out of it? And this is one of those games where I'm like that, and I decided I'm going to do this today anyway, simply because there's some stuff I want to talk about. And I need more than to just be able to talk about myself. I need to be able to go into a game and talk about the game. Not quite shoutcast talking about the game, but I still need to be able to play the game, talk about it, and just not be so focused on myself. Again, I'm very self-conscious, and it's taking me time to work through it. On top of that, I haven't felt very motivated in the past 2 weeks since I haven't made a video. I've not felt very motivated, and on the times that I have, it's always really late. And the reasons that matters is, sorry, I just completely blanked out there. The reason that matters is on, like the past several weeks, ever since I kind of started falling into a little bit of a slump, which probably wouldn't overly show in the videos, but I started waking up at around 11 o'clock to noon, and that's still going on. And that's even from like falling asleep anywhere from 10 p.m. to 4 in the morning, and I'm waking up at 11 to noon. 11, like 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. roughly. And that's not necessarily a bad time to wake up, but I feel drained, like I've been beaten down and dragged through the mud, and I just don't want to get out of bed. So I lay there for a while, and then I finally get out of bed, and then I don't want to eat. And after I finally convince myself I should eat something, I've been taking vitamins recently, because I don't get out enough to have enough vitamins in my system. So I take my vitamins, and I just kind of sit around on the couch behind me and turn on the TV and don't really do anything for hours. And right about now, it's about 4:30, so I started this a little bit ago. I kind of got the idea for what I wanted to do at about 4. Now, that's kind of late for making a video in this regard. As you can see, like the light in this window over here, full screen the camera or something to show it. It's about 4:30 p.m. right now, and Nuke is at work. For those of you that don't know, Nuke and I live in the same apartment, and that's where the problem comes in. Not because we live in the same apartment, but when he gets off of work in, a couple of hours, there's been times where I've been filming videos and he gets off work and he'll come through the door. Digi, wherever he's at, he's on the floor over there. He gets excited. There's a lot of noise, door opening, closing, and it's hard to cut out of the microphone even with the gain set to where it's at. And it's not a problem, but after he gets home, our computers are in the like this is the living room behind me. Our computers are in the same room, roughly about 15 feet apart, I'd say. And as you've probably heard in the Siege video and the Deep Rock video and other various videos, he can be loud, and my microphone will constantly pick him up. And I'm not going to ask him to not play a game or do whatever he wants to do just so I can sit down and record in peace, which is why we'll do multiplayer stuff from time to time, even though he still ends up cutting into my microphone. That's why that is the way it is. And it's difficult to record once he's here because, he can be loud, or his computer can be loud, or various other things, and I just don't want to have to ask him to not, so that way I can sit here for 30 minutes and talk to myself looking at a camera, or complain if the cam link freezes, or whatever happens. And I just need to keep making videos to be able to slowly work myself out of my self-consciousness and work myself into being able to just talk. But I need games to do that with, and time and patience to make it happen, and I just don't know what I'm really doing at that point. I feel, again, it's part of why I've been waking up so late, I would assume. I just feel very beaten, and I don't know if it shows through my glasses, the purple around my eyes, the bags under my eyes from where I haven't been quite sleeping so well. But, overshot that turn a little bit. But I'd like to be able to just keep making videos and slowly get better, but at the same time, I don't want my videos to feel like complete slogs. And I know I said it in the last update sort of video that I will just make content, and it might be boring, but I've got to push myself to keep making content, or else it won't get better. And it's all because I'm a very self-conscious person, and I'm worried about things that really don't matter. We're now in Nashville. I guess that's supposed to be the Bridgestone Arena. Looks nothing like that in real life. Like I think I said it already. I used to work Lyft in this actual area. Beautiful city. Don't recommend driving in it, honestly. It's obviously not this small. And we're going to continue on through Nashville, heading down south into Alabama, where I used to live. What was I talking about? Ah, yes. But I wouldn't say that I've been in a bad mental way, as I probably phrased it at one point. I might have cut it out, I don't know, but just in case. I wouldn't say I'm in a bad mental way, but I have been feeling very, very down, depressed, like I don't know what I'm doing or where I'm going or how to make a change in myself to get better at what I'm doing. Making YouTube videos is easy, all things considered. You sit down, you turn on a camera, you talk to it for about 15 to 30 minutes, and that's it. Then you edit it and it's done. However, to be decent at YouTube, and that's what I want to be able to do, is be decent at this, is difficult. Because for someone like me who's very self-conscious, which probably has to do with just the way I was raised and everything. I mean, I used to not want to do face cam, simply because that's how I was raised. You don't put your face on the internet. That was years ago. That was years ago, though, and nowadays it's acceptable. It's more expected than not, actually, especially if you want to do something like this or TikTok or whatever. And for someone who also just kind of stops randomly, overshot that, undershot it. For someone who will stop randomly making videos, and then I give myself 2 weeks I haven't made a video. That doesn't help me grow any. That's 2 weeks that I have worsened my work ethic. That's 2 weeks that I have not been practicing or trying to hone my skills. And it's 2 weeks that I should have been at least trying. Right? I gave myself 1 week simply to have a break, and then the second week I just took a second week because I don't know why. Like, the first week we went and got our vaccines, and Nuke was off that entire week. We had time outside. It was a great week, and I was supposed to get back to it the following week, and I just didn't. And that's all on me. That is all on my doing. And in order, I gotta push to have a better work ethic, and it's hard for me. And I know I keep saying that, but it is. It's hard for me to be able to do something like this when I feel like I'm only making things harder for myself, which I am. That is, without question, what's happening. And I'm just gonna hit this and keep driving. Space shuttle? Space Industries, what? I guess this is technically Alabama. Space Industries, like the Space and Rocket Center? I've got plenty of questions, but I'm not going to ask them, because that's not what this video is about. But it's more difficult to stay focused and try making these types of videos when I come into them and I do stuff like this. Now, this video, I intended for it to be, but whenever I go into something else and I'm just talking about myself, or forgetting to talk because I forget I'm recording or something, it's difficult, and I personally don't know what to change to get better about that. But it is, at the end of the day, it's all a mental game. To be able to be less self-conscious, it's all mental. It's all skill and hard work and dedication to what I'm doing. And I'm dedicated to this. I definitely am dedicated to this. And you guys will continue to see videos from me for a while. And with hard work and dedication, they'll slowly get better. But I could use some feedback. So if you've watched this far, just thank you. Thank you for putting up with my rambling and just droning. But if you've watched this far, I could use some feedback. Not on this video particularly, but on any other normal video where it's, excuse me, where it's just me talking to myself for a while, like the Resident Evil stuff. If you watch those videos, let me know. Like in the comments, let me know how I could improve. Like, am I talking enough? Am I droning on about the same thing for too long? Where could I, it's practice. And if you guys have any sort of helpful criticism or feedback on what I could change, I know I don't respond in the comments, because there's not a lot of comments, and a lot of them, to me personally, when it comes to responding, it's harder for me to really know how to respond. But if you've got feedback, let me know. And I will try and start responding more when I can mentally piece together how to respond, because I know, I'm 24 years old, and when I was about 16 or 17, I commented on a YouTuber that I still watch. I commented on one of their videos, and we had a decent little conversation about a vehicle, about a truck, and I still remember that, and that's kind of what made me want to really try making videos, because it was shortly after that I got my computer, and just being able to have that sort of engagement with someone that I didn't know, but they made me feel good, they made me feel happy. That's kind of what inspired this, and I guess that's the same for everyone that's slowly tried YouTube. And while I'm not great at it, and I'm still learning, if anyone watching this far, maybe it's in the future, maybe you're watching this 5 years into the future, and I've gotten better at what I'm doing, and I've managed to make something out of hard work and dedication. Should this be the case, and it won't be for a while, but just in case, should that be the case, hell, even if I don't make anything of myself and someone sees this part of the video, hard work and dedication is what gets you there. Fake it till you make it is a true statement. You have to visualize yourself at the finish line and make yourself get there. Visualize it until it happens, but you have to work at it. Hard work and dedication is what gets people anywhere, and that's honestly, me talking to you guys about this is me trying to drive these facts into my own skull that I've known for a while. But it's hard work and dedication, and if you're trying to make a YouTube channel, don't push for daily content for a while. Whenever I did that 1 week with Resident Evil, and the rest of the week had other videos, I wouldn't recommend it until you have a decent workflow, which I don't. I definitely do not have a decent workflow, mostly because of my issues with Adobe Premiere. Adobe Premiere makes it very difficult for me to get anything done, because it adds at least 2 hours to every video, because I have to render them before I can even start working on them, and that is a pain. And then once they're rendered, then I can start working on them. And for one of the Resident Evil videos, it took 6 hours for the pre-render of just the gameplay, and then 4 hours for the render of my face cam. It was not fun. And then I had to edit it that night. It took forever. I recorded, rendered, and edited all in the same day. It took me the entire night to get it done. But it's hard work and dedication that gets you there. And if, again, if I don't make anything of myself, if I can't keep myself going, if I let myself fall off again and I stop making videos, I do hope that at least maybe someone will see this and hear it and be able to do something with it. It's the hard work that you put into it. If you want to make videos, just do it. And if you want to grow, you have to work at it. If you want to grow as a person, you have to work at it. And I'm gonna keep working at it. And just know that no matter if a video skips a day or whatever, I'm gonna keep making videos. And if you guys want to be updated, you can follow me over on Twitter, Rodor_Wuff. And I'll try and keep updates there if I'm not going to be having a video on certain days, which again, I am going to get back into video, like recording videos now, and I'll probably record the next part of Resident Evil tomorrow. And if I don't, I'm going to try and get Streamlabs set up so I don't have a weird lag to my face cam and my audio. And I will just stream the rest of Resident Evil this Wednesday. Yeah, this Wednesday. And I think there's more that I want to say about the whole growth thing. And again, you know, don't just listen to me. Like, if you want to start a channel, there's plenty of other places that'll help you out than someone who has struggled this long. But I struggle because I can't put my own advice and the advice of others into full work. I recognize it and I know how to implement it, but it's just hard for me to put it into full work. And then on that, all the software issues I have been constantly having, I'm plagued by issue after issue. But it's just the ability to push through it and knowing that some of you guys are watching these videos and enjoying them for what they are. And for that, thank you so much. And that's going to do it for this one. So thank you everybody so much for watching. And as always, I'll see you in whatever comes next. Bye guys.